1 in 10 children are subjected to child labor worldwide, with some forced into hazardous work through trafficking. Roughly over 200 million children were subjected to child labor. In recent time, with more than 20 million additional children are at the risk due to the impact of the last COVID-19. This also accounts for nearly 1 in 10 children worldwide. Half of these children are in hazardous work that directly endangers their health and development. Most often, child labor occurs when families face financial challenges or uncertainty, whether due to poverty, sudden illness of caregiver, or job loss of a primary wage earner. The consequences of all these are staggering. Child labor can result extremely bodily and mental harm, even death. It can also lead to slavery and sexual or economic exploitation. And sometimes, in nearly every case, it cuts children off from school and healthcare, restricting their fundamental right. This year's theme, let's act on our commitments, end child labor. How will our commitment to our children end child labor? And on this backdrop, that I welcome you to this special program on World Day Against Child Labor. Once again, I am Yahya Muhammad, and with me in the studio to discuss and dissect on this devastating act on our children is, of course, the Honorable Commissioner, Minister of Women Affairs and Social Development, Hajia Titi Auta, and also with her is the ministry's permanent secretary, Hajia Hadiza Shuru, and of course, Malan Suleiman Makusidi of the Child Rights Agency, Niger State. While we await the arrival of the Honorable Commissioner, let me welcome the ministry's permanent secretary, Hajia Hadiza Shuru. Madam, you are welcome to the program.
Good morning, listeners.
I also want to welcome Malan Suleiman Makusidi of the Child Rights Agency. Malan Suleiman, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Good morning, all listeners.
All right. We still await the arrival of the Honorable Commissioner, but before then, let me start with Malan Suleiman Makusidi of the Child Rights Agency. Can you just briefly tell us what really is a child labor?
Good morning. My name is Suleiman Makusidi, as he rightly said, from Niger State Child Rights Agency. Child labor means, internationally, by the International Convention 182 and 138, has made it clear that there is a particular age significantly clear for a child to be either employed or to be assigned for some of the activities of the house. No, not restricted to training, but child labor is any activities or work or affairs that engage a child at the minimum or at the tender age of a child, which is maybe may endanger the health of a child or will hinder his mode of learning. That is an educational system. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Just before I go to the permanent secretary, can you quickly tell us, I'm still with you, Malan Suleiman, what really do you think are the causes of a child labor?
Well, child labor, if we look at it, actually is brought up by this economic, that's a lay down of economic growth. Because when the poverty has become a pandemic to the society, the children you always found in child labor are the children of these particular remote areas where they barely have social responsibility reaching them. So those are the major things that are actually brought about is this economic growth system.
All right. The permanent secretary, as a ministry, and saddled with the responsibility of saying that the girl child actually benefited from a girl child education and some other things of life. As a ministry, how do you think this can go a long way and try to put some certain things in place so as to really make sure that these people doesn't have this kind of problem?
Good morning, listeners, and thank you, Mr. Yahya. Now, I would like to correct you that it's not only the girl child, even the boy child is exposed to that. But let me talk about the girl child in particular. Over the years, the ministry has been sensitizing the public about the ills of not educating the girl child, about the ills of exposing the girl child to so many ills of the society. We give a girl child water to hawk. At the end of the day, somebody will take her out and go and defile her. You you prevent a girl child from going to school, and she doesn't even know her right. She doesn't even know where to go and fight for her right. You prevent a girl child from expressing how she feels. She's not even able to show what her potentials are. You kill her dreams, you dampen everything about her. And over the years, these people seem that, okay, as girls, they are not even supposed to go to school, they are not supposed to earn something. You hear a girl say, I always am we. And this has been going on over and over. And that is why a lot of both national and international partners are particularly rising up to see that the girl child is empowered. And because of that, there is a lot of awareness, and people are taking their daughters to school. So as a ministry, we are partnering with all agencies that are involved in the emancipation of this so-called segregation of the girl child to, not to get education and the rest of them. And by the grace of God, I think we are doing well, and a lot of reports are reaching to getting to our office, either on forceful marriage, either on trafficking, moving them outside where they are to go and do child labor in other houses and the rest of them. We are getting a lot of these reports, and we are handling them, and by the grace of God, we are rehabilitating some of them. And the Child Rights Agency, because under the convention, a child is below the age of 18. So they are covered by the Child Rights Agency. So there is an agency under the ministry. We have a lot of them we keep in our custody until things are okay, and we don't take them back to their parents or who their guidance, and they go back to school.
Okay, let me just quickly ask you, since the coming of this administration of Governor Umar Mohammed Bago, as far as Minister of Women Affairs is concerned, have you really come forward with a kind of policy that will really guide against this issue of child labor? And probably you made mention of this, taking, the girls to an early marriage. Is there any policies that you people have guiding against that?
The policies are international policies, and they have been there. So it's just a matter of implementing. And the governor, our passionate governor, former Governor Mohammed Umar Bago, has said that women and children are his constituency. He doesn't want anything to affect them. And since he's coming, he has ensured that whatever is related to children in particular, they are on his front burner. So as regards to that, even the staff, the people that are working with the governor, not just the governor himself, if they hear anything related to any abuse or child-related issue, they also call our attention, and we step in and see that we take care of these issues. Quite recently, we even attended a conference, a workshop in Abuja by UNICEF, trying to end marriage by 2030. And the Honorable Minister is, why do we even have to wait till 2030? Why should we not end it by 2022? I mean 2024, or if even before 2030? This thing is becoming a menace. A child, especially somewhere in the south where they even do blood marriage, if a girl is born and her parents have taken loan from a particular person, they will just give that child to that old man, and by the time she's married at the 6th age of 9, she develops VVF and they take her away. So it's not restricted to Niger. The policies are there, and the governor is giving us all the enabling environment to implement this. And the ministry is not working alone. We are working with all the security forces so that if there's any breach, they can take action. We are also working with law enforcement, the Justice and Association of Female Lawyers. They are all in this, and we are working together in all the local government. Wherever there is an issue, it is. And if you go to beyond us, the government is also there to support us. The First Lady in particular, she's very passionate about children, and if they are exposed to this kind, she personally takes her time to go and visit them, talk to them, give them all the psychological support they need.
All right.
So
okay.
we are doing well.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me come back to Malam Suleiman. Let me ask you if there is a possible laws, putting in place against child labor. Can you quickly elucidate on that?
Yes, there is a law that actually talks about and also stop engaging children in child labor. Like every other child in the country or internationally, let me say, every child has the rights for education, from primary to secondary education. Is a fundamental right of that particular child. And also, every child has a right to good health, and which this child labor that is engage, or do I say endanger or expose these children into the loss of either the educational rights or the fundamental right health of that particular child. So you see, every other thing that will hinder children from getting this particular right is an offense for whoever engages the child into it. So there is a law, there's a section 25, subsection 2 of Child Rights Act actually talk about child labor, and every child anybody that is found engaging children into such is will be dealt with in the court of law.
Okay, if there is that law in place, why is this that the issue is so prevalent?
Yes, as I said, the causes, if you look at it, there is one particular pandemic that is inevitable to the human race, because when there is poverty or when there is hunger within the people, then there are things that you have to yourself be serious about it in order to make people understand that is a crime to engage children in some activities. People actually pay no attention to what is before or the dangers ahead of them when it comes to feeding or hunger. They do what they have to do in order to see that they put food on their tables. But the danger that is engulfed in it is bigger than what you are aiming at. So this economic growth is part of the things that brought about it. Poverty is part of the things that lead people into it. They pay deaf ears to it, and then they goes into it.
All right, listeners, in case you're just listening to this program, you can also make your contribution via our telephone line 0903 08883. You just call on and give us your name and try to actually say your questions. We have the the permanent secretary right there of Ministry of Women Affairs, and of course have Malam Suleiman Makusidi of the Child Rights Agency. You can also ask questions regards to anything you want to know on the child rights, and of course the issue of child labor, and they are all here to actually answer your questions. Okay, let me quickly come to the permanent secretary. As a ministry of women affairs, let's talk about any legal framework on the issue of child labor.
As my colleague from Child Rights has said, the Child Rights Agency is tackled with such responsibility, and it's an agency under the ministry. So there is a legal framework for working for the rights of these children. And like I earlier said, we are working with Ministry of Justice, and we are also working with the forces, both Nigerian police and the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. We are also working with the Association of Female Lawyers. And we have a lot of policies that have been domesticated at the state level that guide the implementation or the execution of activities related to child labor. And by the special grace of God, and I want to use this opportunity to also thank the Deputy Speaker of Niger State House of Assembly, Honorable Afiniki. She's also trying her best to see that once a law is in place, she must see that it is acted upon.
That's good.
Yeah, so we are on it.
Okay, let me still come back to you. Is there anything, because one will wonder if truly or how, as a ministry, the issue of child labor is something that one cannot really, look down on it. It has to do with sensitization, education. Have you ever come up with things like that to educate or sensitize the parents who are also, so that they would know how to go about this kind of things, probably if they have a problem?
Yeah, we have been doing a lot of sensitization. We also have audiovisual materials that we can place in strategic places. We have our 16 days of activism for gender-based violence. And child labor to us is also a case of violence against the child. So during this period, we campaign to sensitize schools, traditional institutions, religious institutions, individuals, and we do this in collaboration with so many agencies that like the Human Rights, the Society for Family Health, the NSDC, the Mixed Observers Team, and other very important national and international organizations. And we have decided to do it in a different way by taking it to outside the state capital, not just doing everything in the state capital, but involving local governments. Right now, we even have school clubs, and we are expanding. We are working together with also Ministry of Education so that there will be awareness on this, so that anybody, any child somewhere that sees something should also be able to say, okay, this child is probably going through child labor. And that is why our slogan in the ministry is, when you see something, say something and do something. And that is how we come about it. And by the special grace of God, we are getting reports. Earlier on, the reports were not as much as we are getting now. So it means our sensitization, even though it's not enough, is reaching people, because even men bring reports to us.
Okay.
So,
all right. And how are you able to overcome such issues?
Sometimes, under the legal system, is evidence-based.
Yes.
So these
problem.
are places where we have challenges.
Yes.
If there are not enough evidences, or people are not willing to come out
even
and
while
testify,
you partner with other agencies, the Justice Ministry and other places. So why is it so very difficult?
Well, there's an issue of stigmatization.
That's one
There's
problem.
issue of children feeling that their parents will curse them, and the curse will go around them, and they will not be
That is where you're supposed to sensitize parents.
Yes, and that is where we are even getting the report. Before, we don't even get the report. Like, anybody can just walk to our office and give a number of a parent or anybody that is acting against his own fundamental human rights, and we'll call the person and we'll resolve the issue. Earlier on, the number of cases we're handling were not as much as we are handling, especially in this year. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Madam Suleiman, can we talk again about the worst forms? What are the worst form of child labor, Soeva?
Yeah, the worst form of it is when you realize just like these mineral exploitations that are going on in the country now, because it has become a thing of the day. Children, just like in one of the areas in Shiroro, where a place was carved in. And then many people were trapped in. Some reported death of it. Among the people that were trapped in, there are two children there among them. And then one is 16 and the other one is 15. So if you look at it, then taking children into such areas, this is one of the hazardous environment where children should not be allowed to go near to. So this engaging children. Then another one is taking children to farm, to haul things that they implement farming tools that are kind of above their strength. We are not saying that children take children to go and learn their heritage or this. We are not saying no, but when in doing so, then you need to know what a child can and what he cannot. Then the child should not be forced into it, because he knows while doing it, when something is about to harm him internally, then he should know that, yes, I cannot do this. But when he's being forced, then you are telling him that he can still do it. Then you end up changing the form, deforming the child into it. Then another part of it is house help. Not the one that's even trending right now is house helps. You will see that children are brought into places from far away from like Maiduguri, Katsina, and.
All right, let me just pick this call. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Hello. All right, go ahead.
Then you realize that a child is being brought, a child of 4 or 5 years old, to come and engage in a house help. How on earth can a child of such age be able to handle any form of house chores? It's impossible. Even exposing children to children of that age, exposing them to touch cold water in the morning, is harmful to their health. So, and we actually in collaboration with the Modern Ministry.
Hello. Okay. Okay. Hold it. Good morning. How are you?
My name is Abdullah calling from Prestigefm91.7mx.
Okay. Your question, please.
Thank you very much with this upcoming program. But I like to ask a question, please, to Child Rights Agency. How do they operate, please? Because if at all we have Child Rights Agency, I think what we are seeing around the town now going on, at least it's supposed not to be like that. I have an example. There's this road construction that is going around the Mina. I have seen where a company using underages to dig the drainages instead of excavator, or even they should go to the adult men and dig all those type of holes for drainages, not children. And again, there are most at times, if there is it their office around this 1, 2, 3 quarters? If it is, we have problem there, because I've ever sent a woman to go there on the issue of her child with his father. He doesn't give them daily meal. He doesn't care about them. He left the woman with the child. I sent her there to go and complain. She was asked to give money for transportation and file.
Hello?
2,500 naira. Please, what is this money for? Or are there bad elements around there that collect people's money, which they are not staff of the agency, or what is happening, we don't know. Please, how do they operate? How are they operating, please?
All right, maybe the permanent secretary will take it from there. Then you can actually give more explanation on that. He was talking about the underage girls at the sites.
At the construction site, actually, I did not personally notice that. What I noticed are people that want to remove the crepe stones for their own personal use, and you see both the adults and the children doing it together, because I think they were given leverage to take the crepe stones, so they do that together. But for working directly under the construction company and using them as laborers, I have not noticed that. At least I know I live around where the construction is taking place and where it started majorly around the city gate area. I've not seen that. Okay. But you see, we have been talking and we have been sensitizing people. When you see something, say something and do something. These are the kind of reports we want people to come and bring to our office, and they will take us there. I was about to go for a meeting some time ago, and somebody told me that they saw a small crippled boy, not up to 3 years, begging around the House of Assembly roundabout then. And I now called myself. I said, go there. And on going there, they noticed that there's an adult somewhere waiting, and he's using that child for economic gains. You understand? We're able to arrest that situation. So please, I'm calling on the general public. When they see something, they should report to us. They should come to the ministry and talk, and we'll find ways of going to take care of that situation without even the people reporting being exposed. We don't expose anybody. We just want to hear, and then we'll go and find out and arrest the situation. And for the child rights agency, anybody that brings a report is not supposed to bring any money for that report.
Right.
But if they have ever encountered that, they can escalate the issue to the ministry. Let's find out what this money is all about. But the man from the child rights agency will make more explanations on that.
Okay, Malam Makusidi, can you make more explanation?
Thank you very much. Well, as he rightly said, that he sent a matter to the Child Rights Agency, and the woman was asked to pay the sum of 2,500 for the file, and then to make for the file, and then the invitation, transportation to invite the husband or the ex-husband. Actually, what he said is true. It actually happened. Then I cannot remember when last the agency was able to secure any fund in order to use it to obtain these particular items: folders, file jacket, pens in the office. That's one. Secondly, they come to talk about the transportation. When you report a matter, you are expected to serve this particular person that you report him at the agency. Our vehicle is down. We don't have a vehicle that to move down there. And when you put a phone call to the person, he will demand a serving, a letter, which we have to find a way to reach out to that particular person.
Let me just come into that. I thought everything that is going to be rendered there for a person is supposed to be free. So
yes.
Why is it that if I should come to report a case, you are asking me to pay a particular amount?
Exactly.
Why?
Yeah, that's in order to make sure what you reported is being adhered to. We cannot say we cannot calculate, or we cannot account. We cannot tell how many times on what account we have helped to receive a matter, and then go there and went back again and go back again in order to ensure that these particular things are there.
People will be discouraged.
We ask
Don't
people.
You think so? Let's try to address this very issue, the way it's supposed to be. Or let me just go back to the permanent secretary. Let's talk about this issue very well.
Actually, at present, the vehicle for the child rights is down. And all the commissioners and permanent secretaries, the vehicle that have been ordered for them is yet to reach us. And the executive governor of the state has told us that within the next 5 months, our vehicles are going to be ready. If you look at the work that is going on in Niger State, is enormous, and everything is going step by step. So we have been assured that our vehicles will reach us very, very soon. And I can tell you that all the ministries, nobody will tell you that they have received a vehicle. People are sacrificing, because even the governor is sacrificing. And if there are no resources to work this, I know that sometimes I used to send them even my personal money to go and carry out activities. They work even in the night, take cases to the police station. They will be there sometimes even up to 1 a.m. They are using their personal vehicles. So I have also spoken to the government about this, and the commissioners. We have been given assurance that we are a first-line charge when it comes to the availability of these vehicles when they arrive. So the public should not be discouraged. They should bring this thing to our fore. We will be able to carry it within the means we have.
Okay.
Inshallah.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me just pick this call. 91.7. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Please, it's Babale again that comes back, please.
Okay, Babale, go ahead.
Yes. You see, is it the commissioner just said?
The PAM said, please.
Yeah, okay. That she have not seen. She only saw those excavating is it the steps or stone or what is it? She cannot see that on the main road. This is where we are not getting it. She can't see that on the main road. I am talking about the road construction on the streets, inside this London street, by this police headquarters site is something I have seen with my own naked eyes, which I even make a program I called on Crusader, at least last week. And yes, last week or last 2 weeks. If she has a phone number that people should contact them, please let her give us the phone number. Anytime we see such a child abuse, we will call them so that they will come and see an eyewitness. She can't see that. This is where we are missing it. This is where we are not getting it. She can't see it. She alone she cannot see it.
All right.
She
Okay.
only
All right.
listen to the masses of we that see it. So
Okay.
that we can be able to tell them this is what is happening.
All right, thank you very much, Babale. I think the PAMSEC is here and she had everything. And of course, they are going to really actually go to the site and see exactly what is happening so that they will be able to address it. Madam, can you add to what he has just mentioned?
You see, I don't want to agree with him that it's the construction people that are engaging these underage people. That is the consultants, the people that I don't want to believe that they engage underage people. But since he has said so, this is now a wake-up call for us to go and check all the sites he's talking about so that we'll see what they are doing. I want to believe that the people he's still seeing are the same people that are removing these crepe stones and are selling for their economic gain, because it was given to them free, because already they have already started removing all the what do they call them, the interlocking stones earlier, and now they are the crepe stones, the construction people are not using it, so they are removing it for their gains. But since he said it's in Dus and Kura near police headquarters, when we leave the studio now, we'll go and meet and check there.
All right, thank you very much. Hello.
My name is Ambassador Deputy Challenger. I'm calling you to Impula Mississippi. The contribution I want to give this morning is to our visitors. Please, there should be what we call monitoring and evaluation. It is very, very good. Please, you people should implement what we call monitoring and evaluation in all this work they are doing. It will help you. And if you don't have the necessary equipment, you write so that Mr. Governor will approve and give you keys up and all the equipment you need. Because there are a lot of things that are going on the street that you people don't know. So please, as an ambassador of peace and truth, I'm challenging you people this morning constructively.
All right.
You people should step up and practice what you call monitoring and evaluation. There should be equity, justice, and fairness. And there should be what we call, you understand, modesty in your doing.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ambassador. Okay, you heard what he said. I was going to come to the issue of the monitoring and evaluation. Let's just look at that aspect. How do you think that can really help you, or how has that been really helping?
It is helping us, and we are on to it. But you know, we cannot be everywhere 24/7.
Yeah.
And that is why, up to tomorrow, I will continue to repeat. When you see something, please take your time to come and talk to us. The government cannot do everything alone. The ministry cannot do anything alone. And that is why this thing is a very constructive criticism, and we welcome it. If they don't have our phone numbers, we have shared our phone numbers. We are going to share it at the end of this program. We'll give again. But please, they should take their time to either come to the Child Rights Agency if they are closer to it, or to the ministry. I assure you there will be somebody that will follow them, and their identity will not be exposed. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Madam Makusidi, I still want to come back to you again on the issue of the primary driver of a child labor before we go to the other aspect.
Well, the primary driver, as I earlier said, is the poverty. Because just like the caller, the second to the last caller, has said and has identified a particular site adjacent the police headquarters. You see, some of the works they were collected by the parents, and then the children went there to assist their parents in carrying out the activities in such sites that he's talking about. You see, when the parents collected something that has overpowered himself, then he needs a hand, and the children went there to assist their parents in carrying out the activities in the site. So just like his writing said, I understand the site he's talking about, but we have not despite all the times I've passed through that particular terrain he's talking about, I've not seen a child that's doing it. But in so many of occasions where such things happens, the construction site, the owners of that construction site, I don't see them giving, because there is always an act, there is always a law in their, whether their company or their government parastatals, there is a law or an act that guide and govern that particular company or that site activities. So the only thing that leads to it.
Sorry, it's Ambassador calling back from Tidekula. Please, I want to use this opportunity as an ambassador of peace and to talk to Mr. Governor. Please, he should step up and assist child rights agents. Majority of their staff are casual. They don't have car to be going up and down for monitoring and evaluation. Each time if any case happens, and Medley and child rights agents will be flying second napep and bike.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Ambassador.
Step up and do the needful.
That's all right. It's okay. All right, carry on.
Yep, as I was saying, like just like the behind MI Oshishi, there are miners in such areas that are going that do go there. We went there. We apprehended about 6 children with their parents who that went there to exploit these mineral resources there. That we brought them in, and all we found in them is that they could not. The father is sick, who's supposed to fend for the family, and then the mother has no more strength to be able to do this particular work that she have to. She see that this is the only way for them to be able to feed, and she has 6 children. Then among these 6 children, she took all of them. One, she's still breastfeeding one. Then while 5, there is a 3-year-old, there's a 6-year-old, and there's 7 years old. She took all of them to site, and all of them helped her in doing this particular work. And they dug a pit that they went in, and then somewhere, we even found one, it was one that was inside. Then one man was in, when the smallest one entered, that's when that particular person put a call to the child's right. And we went there, we brought them to the agency. We sat down with the woman, we discussed with her, we let her see reasons why not even herself go to such areas. There are things she can do better than this particular thing she's doing. We asked her how much did she get from this thing she's doing and how long have she started. You can tell that she has been there for more than 6 months. And then all of these 6 months, she was only able to get 15,000 out of it.
Just to bring food
on the table.
Okay. All right. That brings me to the permanent secretary. You just heard what he said now, and have you ever really rendered such an assistance to such people who really actually want to do all these things just because they want to bring food to the table?
I think even Malcolm City has rendered a lot. These are the things that we do daily, out of our even pockets. And we also have other people that do assist us to do that. Just quite recently in this Prestige, a case of a 14-year-old HIV positive was brought to us, and we took it up.
Okay.
The girl and the baby are with us, and we are taking care of her. And our other sister agencies that are together with us are also assisting. Like as I'm talking to you now, the Society for Family Health, by Thursday, we'll come and present the materials they have for her. So we are doing a lot, and then some of these of our supporters, they don't even want their names to be mentioned because these are kind of maybe they want to get their reward from God, things like that, so they don't want to be exposed. But if anything reaches us, we try our possible best to see and to assist. And when we write memo regarding these issues to the governor, he graciously approves it.
Okay, that's interesting. Hello? Can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
This is MDL from Kwaku.
Okay, go ahead.
Madam Pamsek, you're highly welcome to the studio. Hello?
She can hear you. She can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
I must commend the Pamsek. I've had a solution all along. But one thing I want to bring to their notice, you understand, they should, if there is a way, you understand, the ministry can bring a kind of
capital punishment. You can see, madam, if you find most of our streets, you understand, are full of beggars. I don't know what you people are doing. The ministry is doing, you understand, to reduce this to a barest minimum. If you go to any park, all these are like roundabout, you understand. You see small boys and small as like child, you understand, begging, and it's bringing a kind of slap to our state. Honestly, it's that time the ministry will bring a kind of a capital punishment, you understand, to reduce like this issue of begging everywhere, you understand. It's a slap to our state. That is one thing I want to bring to your notice.
All right, thank you very much. The permanent secretary, you had him there. We had wanted actually to talk about this
repatriation.
Issue of, yeah.
Thank you very much, and I hope that other people, your station is nationwide, so that people whose children are involved in this, people from Katsina, Sokoto, KB, and the rest of them, if you look at these beggars, 90% of them are not from Niger. And when you are repatriating a particular group of people, you repatriate, another one will come. Because we should not lie to ourselves. These people already, there's this menace of Almajiranchi. It was there, and it is always from the far north to this place. Then it is now coupled with insecurity issues. Even others that were in school before, they have not been displaced, and they are moving towards where they can find peace and food. So it's not as easy as you are saying. Even if you take them, they don't want to go back to where they come from. All we are saying is that all the malams that are bringing them should find a way of taking care of these children so that they will not be in the street. But as I'm talking to you now, this issue is still on the table. We are also discussing on a way forward. Right. We have repatriated some children before, and they found themselves back. Okay. There was time that we took some children as far as Ibadan, these ones, because they even came to the orphanage. These children, the state refused to receive them then. We still left them there, and they found their way back to Niger State. And probably because of the services they get in the state, that is what brings them up. But I'm not saying that this is right or we should let it go. It is one of the issues that the ministry is still tackling. And by the grace of God, you will see a reduction in the number of these people. And please, I'm still using this medium to call on people to please talk to us. Okay. We have an open door. We'll leave at our telephone numbers. You can call us and talk, and by the grace of God, you will also be part of the people that will help us act. Right. Thank you very much.
Hello? Good morning.
Hello?
You can hear you.
But somebody mentioned something that I want clearance about. He said farmers will not take their children to farm. I don't know whether I got it right. So that is just the question I want to ask.
Thank you very much. You see, there are labor that is not right and the one that is right. Now, when the child is not is on holiday, and you take that child to the farm to help you in farming, there's nothing wrong in that. When you ask a child, we used to know that there is this holiday work that we can do, and then we get a little pocket money to help ourselves. It's not hindering our health, and it's not hindering our education. But what we see now is the children are taken completely out of school. They are not giving enough food. They are stunted. And most of the time, when the money for this labor is given to the parents, they don't even spend it on the child. That is the unfortunate thing. It's like a cartel. But for a father to say, okay, you have come back from school, or when you come back to school, meet me in farm A, the child will go. And you help the child, even if it is thinning. If we don't teach our children how to farm now, is it when they graduate from university that they will learn how to farm? Holidays are meant for us to empower our children with non-academic skills. And that one, farming is a non-academic skill. You see, when a child learns the rudiments of farming, He can even tell a degree holder, this is what you should do, because he has seen it practically. We are not discouraging that, but we are discouraging exploitation.
All right, thank you very much. Let's quickly come to the issue of, the theme of this year's World Hate Against Child Labor. Let's act on our commitment, end child labor. Permanent Secretary, let's look at this commitment. How does it going to end child labor? Can you quickly explain on that?
A lot. What we are doing now is part of our commitment. All the callers that have called now is part of the commitment. So if each and every one of us will do something right, that is our commitment to end this. We are now speaking out. We are now saying that this is not right. We are saying that this is the right way to follow. You can see that when some people bring house girls, and the people that are taking the house girls say, okay, we are going to put her in school, they will say, no, we don't want our child in school or skill. They will tell you that categorically. And when the child goes back and they see that there is an improvement in the child, the person is going to school, and then he may be probably learning in school, that child will not come back. So this is one of the commitments we are talking about. Okay. Even if the parents don't want you to do that, do it. And when they come to pick the child, report them to the government.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Let's quickly, because our time is fast spent, and I want to say that, sensitization education is very key in this very aspect of bringing an end to this act. So what is going to be, your call to parents and other stakeholders that also join you to end this kind of thing?
For those that are already helping us, we say a very big thank you. And for those that are willing to join us to fight this, our doors are open. We are open to reports, we are open to suggestions, and we are also open to collaborations. So we are using this opportunity to call on everyone to see a child as a future, and to do whatever they can do within their power to protect that child and to ensure that that child is well educated and well nourished. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Makusidi, can you have anything to say as regards to that, or your advice on that aspect?
Yes, just like the PAMSEC has said earlier, we appreciate parents and then the community people that have been calling our attentions to areas where such things are happening, and then we appreciate those that are willing to, and the means of doing that is out of the line. Then we are calling the society, the traditional rulers, the CSOs to keep on their toes, and then the parents also to see reason why to comply with the laid down rules regarding the prohibition of child labor. Then the collaboration is actually going on and strengthening day by day with the ILO, International Labor Organizations, that have put down the convention in place on this child labor. And then I think the ILO has been in session since the year 2000.
All right.
2002.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Makusidi, and for those of you listening out there, especially the parent, also make your commitment and end child labor by either visiting the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development at any time. You can also get them on these lines 080 32 31 8178. You can call at any time. Whatever you want to know, or you have anything to report, say see something and say something. You can also get them on 070 34 80 3014. So make your commitment today to end child labor. And on behalf of every other person right here, I want to thank the Honorable Commissioner, Minister of Women Affairs and Social Development, Hajia Titi Auta, and of course, the able permanent secretary is here with us representing the Honorable Commissioner, talking about Hajia Hadiza Shuru, and also Malan Suleiman Makusidi of Child Rights Agency, Niger State. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Listeners, you can also join us next time for another special edition of this particular program. On behalf of every other person, I am Yahya Muhammad. Good morning.